welcome to another edition of Achievement College, my step-by-step guide to getting you that gamer score. This is Aussie Gamer 17, and welcome to a very special part 29 of my 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring, of course. This is the boss fight for Godric the Grafted. Now, the way that we're going to fight him, guys, we could definitely go straight in and fight him right now. But I did promise you guys that I was going to help recover the runes that anyone lost from old mate, what's his name? Godric or something, that stole our runes. He's not going to steal any more runes off us. I guess we could actually just kill this guy as well. This is completely off script, but let's just let's give this guy a few glint blades. And by a few, I mean all of the glint blades. And more. Goodbye. So that's 1,200 runes right there. And what about your buddies? That's probably overkill. Yep, I knew that. Oh, I wasn't watching. I don't know how many runes that gave us. But that wasn't the plan. We are going to fast travel to the War Master's shack. Now, I know we've been to this area before, and we're going to place a little beacon right about there. We're going to go take down 5 trolls. Very, very easy. Look, this is not the best farm in the game, guys. This is not the easiest farm in the game. It's what's available to us with what we've opened up so far. I've got a much better farming spot coming up later. But as I promised in the first episode, we are going to avoid farming where possible. We're not going to be doing too much grinding and things like that. I want to play the game as naturally as possible. Now, don't forget you can put your staff in your right hand. Get magic glint blades ready. I've got 7. Oh, I didn't bring any healing flasks. Actually, let's just change that real quick. And actually make sure it's daytime as well. What are our... So, flasks. We'll just do 2 and 5 is fine. We shouldn't take too much damage doing this run. And I already did that in the last video, didn't I? 2 golden seeds. And we don't have any sacred tears either, do we? No. Okay. All good. That's what I was going to check. How much do we need in order to level up? I need to get to 13,000, let's call it 500. So we're going to just get... You guys can do this as many times as you want. I probably only need to do it once or twice. And we're just going to get enough to level up or to replace our runes, if you lost runes, going through Stormveil Castle, guys. Oh, there's a golden seed skull here. Glowing skull, what am I trying to say? Okay, now I like to go over here and start on this guy. And we're just going to give him a whole heap of... you can't get me. Refill your flask. And usually once you kill one of them, you get a free flask refill. That's why I tried to refill it right before he died. So 8 glint blades, I think it was, gets the job done here. Let's do another 8. Am I close enough? Yep. And refill straight away. And that'll do him in. We are at a perfect level for this. Okay, see there, I've already got enough runes. I'll just do 1 round of this. Obviously, you can rinse and repeat this. I will finish the round. I'm going to probably have too many runes, because I don't want to have too many runes left over when we do the boss fight. Oh, shoot. I forgot to refill, and it didn't kill him. My bad. 2 more. And refill. There we go. Who's next? You. Uh-oh. He's getting a bit close for my liking. Okay, I don't know why these ones took a few extra glint blades. I wasn't really paying attention to whether they all connected or not. Now, did one of these guys give off extra runes? Sometimes that happens. I wasn't paying attention to how many runes I got each troll, but we definitely got some extras, didn't we? And there we go. 5 trolls. That guy only gave 1,000. I saw that. But we definitely got more than 5. You get a minimum 5,000. I know that much. It's 1,000 per troll normally. But I have seen it happen. It definitely has happened where one or two of the trolls gives off more than 1,000. I don't know why. So if someone knows the reason or how to make that happen again, post a comment. Let us know. But there we go, guys. That should replace any runes lost to Godric very, very easily. Very low risk. As you see, we didn't take any damage. We didn't even lose any of our FP flasks because they all got free refills. So awesome, awesome, awesome. If you want to do it again, all you do is fast travel back to the War Master's shack and then come down here and do it all again. I'm not going to do that. I am going to fast travel to Roundtable Hold and get ready for this boss fight, guys. YXA. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is level up so that I know how many runes I've got left over. And what were we doing? Where were we putting our points? We were going to save the faith upgrade that I need to do. And instead, we're going to put points into... was it mind? No, we've already got mind at 20. It was vigor. We were going to get up to 20, wasn't it? Yep, let's improve our health. Not that, once again, I mean, it's just going to make us feel more comfortable in this fight. We've still got 3,000 runes left over. Let's see if we can spend some on... Let me just get something else ready for this fight, guys. Go into equipment. Okay, we are going to not be using our wolves for a second here. We are going to be using the jellyfish. If you don't have access to the jellyfish, it's very, very easy to get that. If you haven't been following along, go back into your map. One of the early areas of the game was... hang on, where's first step? I'm a bit lost here. Hang on. Wait. I'm very lost. There's first step. Okay. Head up to Stormgate, Gatefront, whatever you call it, and then run through that, get to Stormhill Shack, and go and see the Heartbroken Maiden. She will give you the Jellyfish Spirit Ashes. So make sure you've got those. And then we're going to go over here. Hang on, what did I want to do while I was here? Okay, she's not here yet. Okay, that's fine. We are going to go in and see... Oh, I can't do what my notes say to do. We haven't done that step yet. Okay, talk to the smithy.
Well, whereas I took you for dead. No
You
matter,
did?
It's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
I won't say what I was planning because that would be a little bit of a spoiler. Okay, we need to strengthen our armaments anyway. Specifically our staff. That is our priority. We've got 2 level 3 smithing stones, so that's perfect. Got those, I think, in the last video. And now we would prioritize... Well, obviously, we don't need to worry about the Fang. That's using Somber Smithing Stones. So these all use normal Smithing Stones, and then that uses Somber Smithing Stones. Now, where's our Morning Star? I love the Morning Star. Oops, I went the wrong way. Morning Star. Okay. It's only at +1? What have I done wrong there? Alright, let's upgrade the Morning Star as much as we can. And now we've run out. Okay, back to equipped. We can upgrade Uchi Katana one more time. Let's do that. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. And we spent almost all of our runes. That's actually perfect. We can't talk to him about Roger... spoiler. I won't say that yet. Now, before we fight Godric, I do want to go in and see Fia just to see if she has any extra dialogue. It's really hard to work out exactly when the right time is to come see her.
I am pleased to see you again.
You
Would
are?
you like me to hold you?
Oh, sure. Who doesn't like a good hug?
Now, come closer.
Now, sometimes after she hugs you, you get an extra dialogue option. We're just checking if this is one such occasion. God, I really hope... I'm about to try this really cool cheese method, guys, on Godric,
Very warm.
which worked in my practice runs, but I haven't been able to retest it for a while, so I'm always worried about them patching it or changing it. Yes, this is the option I was looking for. Talk in secret.
I was known as a deathbed companion. Where I come from, after I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes.
Is the world's
And
longest
love
hug.
you, my dear.
Okay. Alright, I'm glad we got that over with. We are going to go into our inventory and get rid of that debuff straight away. Use the Baldaccian's Blessing, Baldacin's Blessing, however you say it. Use that, and I believe we're ready to go. Checking the notes. We can't do that. We've spent all our runes. Yes, we don't have any seeds to use. Alright. Fast travel. Where are we going? What are we doing? We are going to the secluded cell, right back where we started the video. Awesome. Okay, let me just rearrange our flasks. We are going to need as much FP as we can, but just in case... Ooh, no, we're going to go 2 and 5. 2 and 5 should work. Okay, this might sound a little bit different. This is actually Future Oz dubbing in this commentary now, not because this fight was hard, but because my mic decided to stop working during the recording, and I didn't know until after the fact, so I'm having to dub this commentary on afterwards, and here we're going to go through our fight strategy for Godric the Grafted. We are summoning in Nepheli there. Don't worry, we've got a lot of time here to explain things. Okay, so we're going to summon in Nepheli. It does not matter if she dies, guys. I've tested this out. It does not matter. We can still do her quest line. It's just her spirit that dies, not really her as such in the main game. Okay, the plan is I'm going to go through 2 different strategies here. We've got a really, really simple cheese guide, but it can be hard. Now, the cheese is, as soon as we go in there, we're going to summon our jellyfish so that the jellyfish and Nepheli can distract the boss while we go and get in position. The position is us climbing a tree. I'm going to show you the tree in just a second, but we're going to run our way out there, go to this tree, climb up to the tree, and it can be really, really tricky to get in this spot on the tree, guys. But if you can manage to get there, the fight is very, very simple, and we beat the boss no problems. I'm going to do that for the first half of this fight. We're going to go to that tree, fight the boss. I think I'm about to show it. Yeah, this is after the fact. I wanted to be able to go and show you the tree after the fact. So once the boss is defeated, you'll be able to free roam this area. I'm just going to show you where the tree is. So we'll summon our jellyfish and Nepheli, and then we're going to, we'll do that here. And as soon as the cutscene ends, we're going to run over to this tree. So cutscene ends, summon the jellyfish, run over to this tree, and we're going to jump up here. Now this can be really, really tough. You need to get to this next spot. I don't think I'll even get to it here in this clip. But yeah, you need to get onto that branch, and you can see there, really, really tough to get to. You do want to practice this. You may need to take a few tries. That's why we've spent all our runes. If you die while you're trying to get up there, don't worry about it. Just get up there. If you really want to make this fight really, really simple, get up there. But that's why in the second half of the fight, I'm going to show you another option, a way that we can take him down with our stats the way they currently are, using our magic glint blade, our boss killer magic glint blade. And that method will be, we're going to use the other guys to distract him. While he's distracted, we'll usually go around to the side of him or behind him, unleash as many glint blades as we can, and then run away, because once those glint blades start hitting him, he's going to start coming for us. We're going to run away. If we see any fire in that second phase, we're going to also run away. So what I'll be showing is 2 different ways to beat him by breaking. The fight is already broken up into 2 phases. Halfway, once you've got his health halfway down, we'll get a cutscene. After that cutscene, we'll be in phase 2 where he has fire. If you see any fire coming, just get away. That is my advice. Unless you're in the tree. If you're in the top of a tree and you're on that branch off to my left there, you don't need to worry. The worst thing you have to do is if he gets real close to you while you're in the tree and both your summons are dead, he can still hit you. You do need to jump while standing on that branch. That is one thing that you won't see me having to do. But if you're in that branch and both your summons, or on that branch and both your summons are dead, you may need to jump to avoid some of his attacks. So it's not completely foolproof. It's not a complete... you're not completely out of harm's way, but that's how you do that. All right, back to before the fight now, and it's still Future Oz dubbing in the commentary. But here we go. We're going to go in. We're going to get a cutscene, and then after the cutscene, we'll summon the jellyfish. Let's do it. And of course, I've already summoned Nepheli. That's one thing I didn't show there. We've summoned Nepheli, and now let's watch the cutscene.
Born heir, lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well, lowly tarnished, plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
Okay, there we go. Alright, summon the jellyfish straight away. And run off to the right-hand side. Hopefully the jellyfish starts squirting him with poison already. There we go. Run off here. You can see here, this is where I died trying to get into the tree. Doesn't matter whether we get the runes back or not. It's an insignificant amount. You just need to try and get up onto the tree here, and then up onto this branch. You see there, I missed it. We'll see if we can get back around. Hopefully the summons usually lure him a bit further away from the tree. This is not good. He got me there. I hate doing this with dubbed commentary once again, guys. I really do. And there we go. We're up on the branch. This is the spot where the fight becomes easy. Now, you'll see here, I actually mess it up. Should not use Magic Glint Blade here because the branches will stop it. It's much better to use your Pebble and wait for him to be in a good spot. He might be in a good spot when you unleash the Glint Blades, but then he'll move and they end up hitting the branches. So I end up wasting a lot of my FP here, but I'm leaving this in because this actually does work in the end. I just used a little bit too much FP here. I think I do eventually change over to my Pebble here. There we go, filling up the FP, changing to Pebble, thinking, oh yeah, it still takes off enough of his health with less FP used. Pebble is definitely the better option. Not so much when he's out there. And there, when you hear him screaming, you know you're getting him down to half health, and we get the cutscene.
Truest of dragons, lend me thy strength.
Okay, so now we're going to do it a different way for the second half of the fight, guys. You can definitely run back and try and get in the tree and what you're supposed to be doing there right at the start is getting it as far away as possible to avoid that fire. Luckily, I had iframes for a second there. But yeah, just get as far away as possible at the start. And now you can either climb in the tree or you can try this method. You could do this method for the whole fight. You could do the tree method for the whole fight, or you can split it up like I am. So we unleashed a few glint blades and then we get distance because he's going to be coming after us until our summons start attacking him again. And now he's probably going for Nepheli. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get in here and give him a couple more. Now that I see fire though, I'm thinking let's back away. And I should have dodged that. That was my bad. And now we're going to heal and we're going to fill up our FP. And we're watching to see if he's coming after us or after Nepheli. Looks like he's attacking Nepheli, so we'll go from the side here, unleash as many blades as we can. And once they start hitting him, he's going to start trying to attack us. So this is where I decide, let's try and get away. If you see fire, yeah, see how we can see fire? That means get even further away. And we'll turn around and see if he's coming for us. Oh, fire, back away, back away, back away. All right, he's going to start attacking Nepheli. Nepheli, what are you doing? Don't follow me. Go get him. Might not be close enough here. Really want to try and get around the side of him, especially while he's attacking Nepheli, but I noticed there that he started coming for me. I've got no more heals left, I don't think. Or do we? Doesn't matter anyway. Okay, here, watch for fire. If he starts to breathe fire or does that trick, just get away. You know the fire's coming next, so get away. Create distance, but there we go. The blades got him or Nepheli finished him off. I'm not really sure. But there we go. They're the two different ways I take on Godric at this stage of the game, guys. Hopefully you don't find it too hard either. The hardest part is getting in the tree. If you can get in the tree though, the fight's easy. So I do recommend using the tree method. Or if you're confident with the magic glint blades and staying away from him, go for the other method. But there you go. 2 ways to beat Godric. Hopefully that all helps. Let me know in the comments, because my goal for this walkthrough is for just about anybody to be able to follow all these methods. Godric is definitely, having played through most of the game now with all these different methods that I'm trying for the walkthrough, that fight is one of the hardest, and in the next video, actually one of the other hardest is coming up. But then I've found out some really, really good tricks for a lot of the other bosses as well, so they're coming through the walkthrough soon as well. But yeah, Godric is definitely one of the hardest ones. I almost ummed and ahed about maybe doing this fight a bit later, but I really wanted to sort of do this in sort of a order that you were sort of been following, if you can tell. If you've been following the walkthrough, I think you know what I mean. But yeah, hopefully you didn't have too much trouble. Let me know in the comments down below. And now we can move on. We need to sit at this, or not sit at it, but we need to at least discover the site of grace. I think I do end up sitting at it. And yeah, once again, I know, yeah, really, really disappointed about my, I went to edit this video and discovered that the sound wasn't working. Really, really, really annoying, but I really love doing, it makes me realize how much I love the difference between live commentary and having to dub it afterwards. Plus my setup, I don't know if my sound quality is that great doing it afterwards as well. Yeah, but anyway, enough about that for now. Let's level up. We got obviously a lot of runes for doing that. We're finally going to put our 7th point, or our put faith up to 7, I should say. Put faith up to 7. It's for much, much later in the walkthrough, but I just want to get it over and done with so that we can use that faith spell when we need to. We're going to need to use some other tricks in order to get enough faith without using it level ups or putting these points in, but that's for much later. We're just getting it done with now so that we don't have to worry about it later. And as we head off to the northwest, we're going to run into this guy.
For a lord you were. Craven to the bone. Pushing me about like that. And after all that grafting, where did that go?
I find this hilarious, this bit. I still don't like Godric, but oh, it's so good.
Filthy slug.
Filthy. Like golem.
Feel my bloody wrath.
My wrath. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I have no idea what happened to my mic audio. Obviously, it just stopped working for some reason or turned itself off. I don't know yet. I'll figure that out later.
This weasel was... Godric was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance, and met the ugliest of ends, eh? Now, I suppose I'm free. I can do whatever takes my fancy. Can I, mate?
Mate? Who you calling mate, mate?
Now, I can do, can I, mate?
Mate? Mate? Alright, he's just repeating himself there, but yeah, I wish that was me wishing I could hit him or kill him or hit him with the sword or something. But no, we can't be doing that. We need him later. Alright, so heading northwest, go through these big doors. There's nothing in this room. You can't even use your weapons once we get in here. And we're going to head off to the left. I just wanted to look around and show you the room. And I forget what I was probably describing there. We're going to get a really cool bit of loot that's for some future NPC quest lines. And that was me, obviously, reading my notes, running into the wall there. Head down the stairs. And here, off to the left, we're going to drop down. You can drop, you can take the ladder, but you can just drop. You won't take any fall damage. Just drop on down and then turn around. And you can go and receive a text message from this ghost. It's really just telling you about this item. Vaguely telling you about this item. So once you're through that dialogue, pick up the Shabriri Grape. Very, very cool item. We're going to need to collect a few of these for an NPC side quest. I think we get really into that 2 videos from now. So not the next video, but the next one. Really, really cool. Make sure you grab that Shabriri Grape. And then we can head back the way we just came and out the door. This is me with live commentary, which I really, really prefer live commentary, guys. I find it hard dubbing in commentary like this after the fact. That was me reading my notes again. I'm noticing that more now that I am dubbing the commentary in. But yeah, heading up the stairs, we're going to find our next site of grace. After I grab this rune out of the glowing skull. And then off to our west. Oh, I'm just enjoying the view. Check it out. Whew, so good. Is our next site of grace. Now, we're just grabbing this site of grace so that we can fast travel back here later. But now that we've gotten rid of Godric, we've got quite a few things that we want to sort of skip forward to, go back to and finish off and deal with. And we're going to go to the Roundtable Hold shortly as well and go through a whole lot of lore and story stuff there as well. So we're just activating this site of grace so that we can come back to here later. Although I'm not going to fast travel back to there. So we're going back to the Lingrave, what is it called? Tower Bridge or whatever. We got this one a couple of videos ago after fighting that giant lion. And now we're going to go up the stairs and get our next talisman as well. So grab the loot here. This is a talisman, the Bolt Drake. I can't read it on this replay when I'm doing this. But here I was just going to explain that we actually get upgraded versions of these enhancement talismans, and I don't really need to use them. I don't even know if I'm going to use the upgraded versions yet. There might be specific times that we do choose to put them in. But anyway, that's more about that later. This is when I remembered that we should have used this, the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, in the last video when we were having trouble against those guys with the crossbows, and I had to go off script because of the patch, and I ended up dying. We should have assigned that talisman and used some critical hits on those crossbow enemies, and then we could have filled our health that way. That would have been helpful to remember, but obviously I didn't think of it back then. Doesn't matter, we can move on. Alright, now, we have a really important part coming up. As we progress across this bridge, 3 giant golems are going to come alive, or wake up, should I say. They're going to get up. We want all 3 of them to spawn The furthest away giant golem is one of those giant archers. We're going to get him to use his arrows to take out the other golems, or at least knock them down so that we can get critical hits on them. That's the plan anyway. It doesn't quite always go to plan here, but we're going to run out there. We're going to get our Fang Blade ready. We won't use Scholar's Armament straight away. We'll use it when we get a bit closer. We don't want it to run out too early, although I think it does end up running out. And what we're going to do is run forward, get all 3 golems to wake up, and then we're going to run back this way, and we're going to get one of the golems between us and the archer. So as he fires his giant arrows, it actually hits one of the other golems. It'll knock him down, and we can perform a critical hit on him. Let's see how we go. Okay, so Scholar's Armament, make sure you equip the weapon in both hands if you're using this and you've got the same stats as me. And you can see there in the distance, the 3rd golem is waking up, and now we're trying to get in between, we're trying to get this golem in between us and the archer. And the reason I'm jumping is I want the arrows to try and get a bit more height, so I want him to try and aim for me. Here I thought that arrow had hit him and staggered him, but no, he was just lunging to try and hit me. So we didn't get that arrow to hit him, and we're jumping to try and get that arrow. Another arrow missed. It worked a lot better in practice runs, I promise, but we'll still get it done. And yeah, this is why we're trying to keep our distance from that golem as well. There we go, it staggered him, so we're going to try and get a critical on him here. There we go. And here you'll see me, I try and follow it up with a charge attack, but it doesn't do any damage. He should have just backed away, and I ended up getting hit by the other golem. This guy got dropped a second time by the arrow, so we're going to get the critical hit and finish him off. But yeah, don't try and do a follow-up attack. That's my advice. And now we're going to try and get this golem, as I do a heal, in between us and the archer, and rinse and repeat basically. That got him, so get up there, run straight away, get up to his chest, which actually ends up on the other side, and I missed the critical spot for some reason there. And now I'm just trying to finish him off the old-fashioned way, using our finesse move on his ankles. And of course, I didn't know he could actually back spray the fire breath that he does. I thought I was in a safe spot there. Okay, and here I think is where I decide, okay, let's let the archer do his thing. Took enough damage. Oh, that arrow nearly got me, but it did get him. Let's see if we can get that critical this time. Yes, we can. Okay, and now what you want to do, guys, is you want to have your wondrous physic ready, and take that. And we use this in case we're going to get hit by one of these arrows. And what we have to do is make our way to this giant archer, hopefully without getting hit, but our wondrous physic will come in handy. That's the one benefit of being Future Oz. I already know what happened. Getting our Scholar's Armament ready again, in between arrow shots, of course. Rolling if an arrow is coming our way. Just getting that heal because I must have known that I was about to get hit by an arrow. Yeah, rolling like that doesn't work. You need to watch. You need to be watching it coming. It's definitely better. And here I thought we were too close for this arrow to hit us, but it actually does hit us. And now we just need to go to work on his ankles. He's a lot weaker than the other golems that we just fought. You want to time it a little bit better so that you're not getting stomped on here like I am. Worst case scenario though, guys, is if you die, you just come back. We've got that side of grace we rested at just before. Okay, with all 3 golems down, make sure you grab the loot. He always drops great arrows. Now, here I was trying to decide whether I want to go back and do it again because I've taken a lot of damage. I've got no more heals left, but we have 3 sword birds to fight before we get to rest again. And I'm like, no, we've got enough. We can do this. I'm going to fight the sword birds. I'm not going back for the grace. Too much running. And we're basically not going to risk getting hurt against these sword birds because we're just going to use our pebble. So make sure you equip your staff and your pebble. Get close enough to this bird. I'm really freaking out here, so I test the distance here. And I find out I am too far away. Do it again, do it again. There we go. And here we want to take out these birds because these feathers are used for crafting arrows that we might want later, guys. In fact, we might be using arrows in the very next video, or we're using bolts. I haven't decided yet. As I record this, I haven't recorded the next video yet. I have done a practice run about 5 minutes ago though. And then I found out that this recording didn't work properly, and boy was I annoyed. So yeah, grabbing these feathers off these birds, easy kills. Making sure you've got enough FP to kill 2 more of these hawks though, these sword birds. And I got a little bit too close there, but did you see that? My pebble missed the bird I was aiming for and got the one behind it. That was really cool. Now I'm going to take out the rest of these birds, just for the feathers. And there's always this loot here. This is one of the main reasons we came and took care of the birds. Not that we really need. I can't even remember what it is. The silver pickled fowl foot. Helps enemies. That's important if you're trying to loot certain armor and weapons or farm certain armor and weapons off different enemies. We might show that later in the game. Now these, there's not much point taking them out because they don't drop, so we can't get their feathers anyway. So that's why I'm avoiding that one on the end there. But we'll grab these. I don't know why they don't fly away. We lost some of the loot off the edge. We're not jumping after it. We don't want it that bad. And we've got some loot here at the end. Just some more feathers. Different type though. Alright. And there I was like, oh, I want my horse. I want to ride back. But no, we have to run all the way back. And we're going to go through these big doors straight ahead of us. So, great runes. We got a great rune off the dude that... it is called Great Rune, isn't it? Am I remembering that right? Off Godric, except we have to go and activate it. I think I'll show it in a second. If you go into your inventory, it won't work yet, basically. I was just enjoying the view there as well. Watch this for strength. I'm going to open these big doors with my bare hands. There we go. Only 2 people on the planet could do that. Me or Chuck Norris. It's true. Don't Google it. It's true. Just take my word for it. And what a waste of space. This giant tower just for a giant elevator. That's my opinion anyway. Now we're going to get a site of grace up here. So this next move is actually not important, but it's like a habit. I always send the elevator back down in case we die and need to come back up. But we're going to get a site of grace up here, so we can just use that to fast travel up here if we ever need to come back. I can't think of why we would need to come back though. This is probably in case you come up here earlier before you've got the Great Rune. It makes it easier to come back. Just resting at the Grace. Can't level up yet, but wanted to fill up my health and my flasks. And now we're going to head up the stairs. And this is probably where I show you what I mean about the Great Rune. Alright, so going into our inventory and across to here. Nope. Yep, there we go. Godric's Great Rune. It's not ready yet. We have to activate it. Most of them you do have to activate. The next one we get, you don't actually have to activate for some reason. It's already ready to go. But you have to come here to activate Godric's Great Rune. Now the other thing, you'll see that it says that, I think I show it at some point, it says that it raises all attributes when it's equipped. It actually doesn't. We're going to go to the round table in a second and equip it. I'll show you how to equip it shortly. And it says, if you look at the description on it, that it raises all attributes. To activate it once it's equipped, we need something called a rune arc. Using a rune arc, now we'll explain more of this later in the walkthrough when we get some rune arcs, but first we need to equip the Great Rune. We're going to do that at the Roundtable Hold. Then we need a rune arc to activate the Great Rune. Now the rune arcs only last until you die. So it says in the description there that it raises all attributes. I've tested this. It doesn't. I know that I've seen some confusion about it on the internet, and I'm probably not the right person to explain all this because I'm, as you all know, I'm a From Software noob. But this is just what I've been able to gather about it, and I'm probably telling you all stuff you already know, so I do apologise. But yeah, we need to head back to the round table, but before we do that, we're actually going to go to the, what's it called again? The Stormveil Shack. And if you remember, that's the girl, she's normally sitting there, the girl that gave us the jellyfish summon. I want to go thank her. Wait a second, where is she? I was actually just checking that she was gone, because if she wasn't, we'd have to go and do something else. But yeah, she is gone, but she's left us a gift, another gift. She's very generous. Well, she is for now. But yeah, she's gone and left a golden seed. So make sure you pick up the golden seed. And now we're going to fast travel to the Roundtable Hold. We should have 2 golden seeds. That's what I was about to check here in the inventory. There we go. Or was that 1? I can't read that on this screen that I've got this on real low quality so that I can render it into high quality. It's anyway, that's a housekeeping issue, but I can't read the bloody text on this thing that I'm doing to dub the audio. I need to fix that for next time I have to dub audio. Alright, use 2 golden seeds. Yes, please. We added a charge to our flask, so it was a 2. I couldn't even read that it was a 2. Anyway, here is where we need to equip Great Rune. So we're going to equip our one and only Great Rune, and as you see there, it says it raises all attributes. And this is where I decided to unequip it and go and look at our attributes. You'll see here our attributes. Vigor is 17, mind is 20, endurance is, I can't read it, but blah blah blah, strength blah blah blah. And then we'll go and equip it. Please explain it more to me if I'm wrong about any of this, guys, in the comments down below. But we equip the Great Rune, and then you look at your attributes. Nothing's raised. Nothing has changed. I didn't really leave it up on the screen very long, but nothing had changed. That is because we need to activate it with a rune arc. So more on that later in the walkthrough. Now we're going to go and do a whole bunch of story and lore. First person we're going to go visit after I get attacked by a book is Nepheli. Go and speak to Nepheli.
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the round table. Nepheli Lu. We met at Stormveil. I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you. I found it in Godric's grafting grounds. You defeated him. You should have it. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
Alright, and she gives us a really cool talisman,
yes.
Guys.
I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Encher's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while.
Okay.
It's about time I headed off.
Now she's going to repeat that.
Warrior, should the fates deign it.
She's
about time. I'll see you again.
There we go. She's repeating her stuff. I'll remember to equip that talisman or look at it at the very start of the next episode, guys. I do forget about it. I was supposed to do it right there. We can't go and see Gideon just yet, but we're going to go to this new room that's just opened up now. Heading up the stairs here and into the Two Fingers. And we're going to go speak to Enya.
Are you that new tarnished? You've done well. I am Enya the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you.
Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave Tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Okay, I'm back. I was just letting that all play out. But yeah, the two fingers are real strange. She's real strange. Let's see if she's got more dialogue.
Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession. Demigods and even the creator of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, Tarnished, you are here to take, are you not?
Okay, now we're going to get into remembrances in just a minute, but first I'm going to ask her more about great runes.
Great runes are the stuff of demigods, the children of the goddess, Queen Marika. She who is vessel of the Elden Ring. Tainted by the strength of their runes, her children warred, but none could become Elden Lord. And so grace was extended to your kind, the Tarnished. Listen, the fingers speak.
The greater will has long renounced the demigods. Tarnished, show no mercy. Have their heads. Take all they have left.
Indeed. But remember one thing. The demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. Godric the Grafted was but a distant relation, the runt of the litter. His divine blood sorely...
Oops, sorry about that. I don't know if that'll come through on the audio. My computer made a funny noise. Asking her about it again, we'll just get her to repeat what she just said. Alright, we'll listen to her about remembrances now as well. Oh no, we're going to not listen to her. So going into here, you can choose to use this remembrance, and once you click on it, you get to pick one of two options. Hopefully I'll click on that soon. I'm going to explain more about remembrances. Actually, I'm probably supposed to be doing it now. That's probably what I did in the original recording. Now, yeah, so we're going to have two options to choose from down there. The Axe of Godric and another thing. But there's also a third option, which I'll explain after we look at both of these. But yeah, using the remembrance, that's what we got from Godric. We will be able to copy it at the mausoleums, whether we've used it or not, guys. Now, so option number one is the Axe of Godric, but you can see there, we do not have 34 strength, and we won't in this build, so that's no good to us. And we also don't have the stats for the Grafted Dragon. We obviously don't have enough strength or faith, and we probably won't be having those stats in this build. So neither of those items are any good to us. But there is a third option.
Now go forth.
We'll just listen to her for a second.
The words of the fingers guide you.
The third option, guys, is to just use the remembrance in your inventory, and it gives you 20,000 runes. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to save that for when we need it. I'm also checking something off camera, whether we can boost the amount that receives. I haven't tested it properly off camera yet, so we'll look into that later. We're just going to hang on to it for now. Unless we do all of a sudden need 20,000 runes for something else that I haven't seen coming. But for now, keep it in your inventory. If you do need runes, you can go and kill the dragons. Go up and... geez, what's my video doing. But yeah, interact with the fingers to get a new gesture for people who like the gestures. And now we're going to go work on some more NPC quest lines. I was going to speak to Roderica, but I want to do something else first. We're going to head to Gideon. We're going to go to Gideon. Are we not going to go to Gideon? We are going to Gideon. I don't know why I stopped and went back then.
You've received the wisdom of the two fingers.
Now, Gideon's got a whole heap of dialogue. We're not going to go through all of his dialogue, but I'll be quiet for the rest of this.
I am known as Gideon Ofnir, as a tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. I am accumulating knowledge, to be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the shard bearers. We of the Roundtable know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormveil. General Radahn, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the volcano manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgoth, the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rhea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you?
Okay, so make sure you speak to him again to get all that dialogue. Now we're gonna ask him about Godric and about Renala, because Renala's our next great rune we're going after, and we want to ask him about Nephili. But the other guys, we're not going to ask him about them right now. We don't need all that lore. We're going to save them for when we're going after those particular bosses. For now, we want to know about Godric, because we just defeated him.
Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormveil. Despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, he's a grotesque old fool grasping for power. His castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already. So, despite being the blood, his castle lies, I suspect.
Okay, that was just repeating. So now we're going to ask about Renala.
Lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Renala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy. But Renala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radagon left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the title of King Consort. The great rune dwells within the amber egg that was Radagon's gift to her.
And now finally we're going to ask about Nephili.
I understand you've been speaking to Nephili. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
Alright. Enough speaking to Gideon for now. If you go and speak to Nephili again, she just repeats herself. I was just double checking here, but no need to speak to her again right now.
I'll see you again.
Don't need to speak to the twin maidens just now either. Alright, now we're going to go speak to Roger Dodger. And I'm just reminding you here, do not jump over the edge unless you want to lose all your runes. Speak to Roger.
I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need?
And here, guys, we want to go through all of his dialogue until it all disappears. So go through, ask him about Godric, and then we'll go through the rest of his dialogue, and I'll be back with commentary when we're done.
Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormveil, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it. As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore. The misshapen corpse under Stormveil. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot, as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked, and if you intend to put it to rights, you'd better understand what happened to make it this way. And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary. Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
And here we just look at the skills he offers, but we don't need any of those. And that weapon he gives us, really, really cool weapon. I prefer the weapons I've already got, but if you want to use that weapon, it's already a level 8. So feel free to use that in your playthrough. Now we're going to go speak to Dee.
The map indicates where the gateway is hidden. It will lead you to Godric, the beast clergyman.
He's still talking about the old thing. We've already covered that, so don't worry about Dee. We're going to go and speak to Fia now. Not Rodrika yet. No, not yet, not yet. Go speak to Fia. Aussie, go speak to Fia. One thing at a time. Okay, here we're going to speak to Fia. We're going to get her a hug, and then she's going to have some optional dialogue for us. Very, very important. So make sure you speak to her and go through all her extra dialogue. I'll meet you guys when we're done with more commentary.
You are so very warm. My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so. But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the Roundtable Hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
Okay, with that done, we're going to go speak to Roger Dodger again. Can't remember if we actually needed to. I know I was just making sure. We're getting a lot of stuff for this NPC quest. I missed the door, the opening here. But we're not going to be doing much about it. We need to fight the Black Knifed Assassin much, much later. Okay, no, we didn't need to speak to Roger Dodger. Now we're going to start working on getting Rodrika and Hugh together in partnership. So speak to Rodrika here.
Nice to see you again. My name is Roderica. I should have told you sooner. Isn't this place impressive though? The Roundtable Hold. Covert quarters of the Two Fingers. And gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's all a bit much for me. I'm still looking for my own.
And once you get through all her dialogue, we have to go speak to the smithy, Master Hugh. Just trying to remember which way he is. He's right here. Go speak to him. And then we're going to go back and forth between the two until they've got no more dialogue left about the other.
Those eyes tell a story of a challenger who's felled his mark. Find them well. Now lay out your arms. The girl you brought here, she's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
It's all a bit much for me. I'm still looking. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us Tarnished. I know he's trapped here at the Roundtable Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
Back already. No matter. The girl. What about her? Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it. I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, and goodness knows that would be a surprise, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me.
Back already, no matter. Back already, no matter.
I can't believe you didn't believe me, by the way. Sorry, I'm butting in here, guys. But here we're just going to sell any doubles. Don't worry if you don't have the same money as me. If you do need more runes, don't forget the one sort of farming thing we've done so far is those the 5 trolls. You can go and kill them, but I'm just selling anything that's doubled up. Not much. I do remember we got a whole heap of exiled armor. We'll sell that. So one problem with not dying much is you don't go back and kill the same enemies again and again and get theirs. We've got an extra exiled hood. We'll sell that. And if I go to the next page, we've got a whole heap of exiled armor. We're going to sell all but one. We're selling any doubles, and I missed it. I can see a double up the top there, but I forgot to sell it. Good on your past, Aussie. Alright, that'll do though. We don't need that $10-y dues anyway. Okay. And we can't ask him about Roderica any further. Do I go and check Roderica one more time? No, we're going to go to the table and reset everything. once you've rested here at the Table of Lost Grace, you'll notice that Rodrika has moved. As long as she's moved, you know you've done it right. And head out here, and here she is. But before we talk to her, what is Master Hugh doing?
Is not easily felled. But one day without fail you will have your wish. So please grant me forgiveness, Queen Marika. You, is it? I didn't notice you there.
I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, I'm sorry.
Same as ever. Just lay out your arms.
And we're going to ask him about his prayer.
Those words were not meant for you. I may be prisoner to you, tarnished lot, but my prayers are mine, and mine alone. Well, I've had my say. I'll be more careful too.
And then we'll ask him one more time about Rodrika.
Girl. She has a gift for spirit tuning, so I told her everything I know. I'm indebted to a spirit tuner I met long ago. It was all I could do to honor her. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Yeah, so you should be. Alright, now that we've done that, we can...
Good to see you again.
We're going to go speak to
Thank
Rodrika.
you
So
very much.
she
I'll
upgrades
have you to
our
thank them,
Ashes
Jack.
spirits.
For persuading Master Hugh, I
Yes.
can happily announce
That was me. Are
that
you going to
he
give me a
has taught
discount?
the noble toil of spirit tuning.
Oh,
I'm
perfect.
as yet unsure of what I might be able to accomplish, but if I might be able to help you all, I'd certainly like to try. And if there's any chance to ease the suffering of my dear men who were grafted, well, I certainly must try. Rodrika, the Spirit Tune Apprentice. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Okay, now, we are going to get, in the very next video, one of my favorite Spirit Ashes. Actually, we're going to get another Spirit Ash in this video, so we're not done in this video. But we're going to get one of my favorite Spirit Ashes of the whole game in the next video, and we're going to use him for quite a lot of the game, so we're going to upgrade him. But while we're here, we may as well spend some of our Grave Glovewort flowers, level 1 and 2 that is, that's all we've got so far I believe, I'm going to upgrade the wolves and the jellyfish. And the other one that I would upgrade if you wanted to play around with it is the skeletons. I'll touch on those in a second, but yeah, here I'm deciding what to do. We're going to upgrade the wolves and the jellyfish because we've got plenty of level 1 and level 2 Grave Glovewort, whatever their flowers are called. So, upgrade the jellyfish twice. And the wolves twice. If I... Hurry up, Aussie! Just, again, doing this dubbed commentary, I already know what I ended up doing. So I end up saying it quicker. But usually I'm probably taking you through my decision-making process. And yeah, this is where I ended up talking about the skeletons. They're really, really cool. Because as you know, when you defeat a skeleton, if you don't finish it off properly, it respawns and comes back to life. They do that. Your spirit ashes, your skeletal militiamen ashes do that. And the other enemy AI don't know to finish off the skeletons, so they end up almost always coming back, unless like a boss or something does a area of effect damage that ends up killing it properly. So they're really, really cool. I have played around with them. I just don't think I'm going to find a good use for them in the walkthrough, but feel free to use them instead of what I'm using and stuff like that. Okay, now that that's done, the video is not over. Like I said, we are going to go get ourselves a Spirit Ash. We're going to fast travel to the Weeping Peninsula Church of Pilgrimage, the very north of the Weeping Peninsula. Head that way and fast travel to the Church of Pilgrimage. Now, once here, guys, we're going to go get the result of the painting that we got a couple of videos ago in Stormveil Castle. So I'm just going to show you where you should fast travel to. No, not there, Aussie, not there either, not the Rampart Tower. You should fast travel to the, forget what's it called again, the lift side chamber or something. No, not there, yeah, there, lift side chamber. Fast travel there, head outside, it's where the big ogre and his dog and that are, and then over to the side, that's where all the men are waiting at all the, the barricades and stuff like that. But over on the west was a room that we went into and we viewed a painting in there. That is the painting that we're now going to go and see where it was made. So from the Church of Pilgrimage, just head outside and off to the north. Takes me a second to find the exact spot. It's not off to the right, it's off to the left, Oz. Turn around. Off to the left over here, and you'll see the ghost appear. He's still painting the painting, and he drops the loot, which is the Warhawk ashes, the Swordbirds. The Swordbirds. We've got a Warhawk ash of the Swordbirds now. Really, really cool ashes. Again, I'm not sure how much I'll use it in the walkthrough, but it's really cool either way. Now, that is going to wrap up the video, guys. I'm sorry about the audio issues. Hope the quality's not too bad. I do notice there's some sort of echo or something happening. Yeah, so hopefully I'll fix all those issues between now and the next video. But I wanted to get this out for you guys. Hope you're enjoying it. If you did, give us a thumbs up, post a comment, all that good stuff. Really, really helps the channel. Oh, there's the bell, guys. You know what that means. Class dismissed.